All right, sit down, my brother. Jaden, come here real quick and look at the screen on that camera, and make sure. Are we both in the frame? Is it an even amount of space behind us and shit? You can see the sign. You said it's close. What do you mean? Is it close, like zoomed in close, or? Oh no, I was gonna say because I know I need. When you said you got both fit, I said it was close. Oh, shut up! Oh, yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's my guy, though. I take up a lot of screen space. That's my guy. It's 3 a.m. on the block. I just bought a new block.
Nah, it looks good. It's crisp.
Okay, cool.
From what I saw, it's real crisp.
All right.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, so that video you saw on my drone, that's 5K.
What?
The video does, the drone does 5K.
That's crazy.
Now, you have what, the S23 Ultra? Your phone?
The S23 or 20, yeah.
Yeah, I got the S23 Ultra, so it does the 8K, so it has the resolution quality to handle that 5K because it can do 8K. A lot of phones can only handle 4K. A lot of devices can only handle 4K.
That's wild. So wait, so my shit, that's crazy.
Your phone has higher resolution quality than a lot of TVs and things like that.
No wonder. That's why when I watch my shit back, I be like, yeah, we in the game. Dog.
Oh, yeah.
We in the game. Yo, fuck, man. I just wanted to make sure we still juicy. We still juicy.
Oh, yeah, like Biggie, you know?
Juicy.
Still juicy
Yo,
like Biggie,
all right, ladies and gentlemen of the fucking podcast world, man, we gonna get it started right here. And I'm all smiles because a nigga been waiting for this one.
Oh, yeah.
A nigga been waiting for this one, man. This one is about to be juicy since Rob Cross did Rob Cross. You know what I'm saying? So we in the game. We in the game. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Get Them Talking. We got Saint Pierre the Linguist, baby.
Sir Pierre the Linguist.
Sir Pierre.
It's okay.
Sir Pierre.
Sir Pierre the Linguist, yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? Show him that shirt real quick.
Look, as you can say, a linguist, you know, someone who studies language.
Whew.
Now, I'm going to tell you,
talk about it.
The reason why I went to Sir Pierre the Linguist, because if anybody knows my face, you know, Big Dre, that's me. 5150 Music, that's me. But my nickname was Big Dre from high school because there's another dude in my class. It was Big Dre and Little Dre. So, boom, you know, that happened. Now I got my son. My son is Lil Big Dre because he want to be like his dad. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out my babies, man. My little man, Andre Jr., my baby girl, Taylor. Shout out my babies, you know?
Right.
That's the reason why I do everything. But, so, the reason why Sir Pierre's my middle name. So, when I was in my early 20s, you know, this is what, 2013, 2014, you know, before I had my kids, I went on my little fitness kick. I lost 100 pounds in a year. I was a big dude, real skinny, got buff, real fit.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 33. I'll be 34 this summer.
Oh, so you 90s baby for sure.
90s baby.
I'm 35, 36, so you know what's up. Okay, I'm 90.
9 deuce coming through.
Oh, you know what's up. Yeah. You know what's funny about that real quick? Because I be saying, like, I be telling niggas, I'm like, you a 90s baby? They be like, yeah, I'm a 90s baby. I be like, when's your birthday?
98.
I was born in 98. I was just about to say. Bitch, you are a millennium baby, nigga. Like you are not a 90s baby. So nigga, 90 cuts off at 92. December 1992 is the cutoff. Nigga,
you don't remember the panic. You don't remember the panic. Motherfuckers went to the grocery store, then got toilet paper, condensed cans, all of that. Because when the clock strikes 12, the computers are not gonna know how to handle to go from Y2K panic. I'm talking the Y2K panic.
I was 9 years old and I was like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just remember we had them dial-up discs and shit, and I didn't know. When I got older, I figured out. I mean, I heard that they were saying that this is what it was. They didn't think the clocks was going to be able to turn and all that. And I was like, damn. I was like, I guess that could be a legit scared, but
you have to understand. For us being born in 1992, or in the late
in the
80s, early 90s,
yeah.
whatever, the inception of our life was the ass end of the millennium.
Yeah.
So for 95% of the people alive, they've only known the calendar to say 1-9, whatever.
You feel me?
So just for them to understand that we're going from a 1-9 to a 2-0.
Yeah.
In our brains, like, well, it's just 19 and 20. It makes sense. But that's something that not too many people alive.
Never seen a computer do that shit.
Think about it, because most people alive have never even been around when it went from 1899 to 1900. You're talking 100 years.
Right. And so there was no computers then to be able to see that.
Yeah.
So it was like,
whatever, life keeps going on. But now they're introducing this little baby technology.
Yeah.
And then now they still don't know exactly how technology worked then. Yeah. And then now it's like, oh, well, we're going to a whole nother century. It's not just another year, but the whole calendar's changing. So they're still trying to figure out the technology.
No. Thank you, Sir Pierre the Linguist. Thank you for being here. And we just dipped off in a little topic, but that was great because this is what this show's about. Let's get them talking. I'm finna clip all that shit. Oh, yeah, but please go back to the beautiful babies you was talking about, brother.
So,
please, brother.
So I got my 2 beautiful babies, but shout out my kids. Yeah. But I'm so how I came up with Sir Pierre. That was Pierre's my middle name, so my full name Andre Pierre McCorley. Y'all can Google me. I don't care. As a matter of fact, y'all see a couple of SD Voyager magazines. Got a couple shout outs on there. A couple articles about your boy. So go ahead.
We can Google those.
You can Google Andre McCorley.
Put those up right now. Bling.
Yep.
I'm gonna pop it up right now.
If you Google Andre McCorley, you'll find the articles and stuff. As a matter of fact, I got an email right now that I need to reply to because they want to hit me up for another highlight. So
if you're watching this, it'll be out in about a week.
Yeah.
We'll
get it figured out when it drops. When it
drops. But if you see it before he's supposed to do what he's supposed to do, he gonna get it done.
Oh yeah. So like I said, in my early 20s, it was 2013. I think I was 21, 22, 2014. Yeah. Went on a health kick, ended up losing a lot of weight, and so I felt like the time the moniker Big Dre didn't fit me. I went from a size 56 to a size 36, bro.
How big were you at your biggest?
At my biggest, the end of my freshman year of college, starting sophomore year of college, 2010, 2011.
You graduated 18?
So I graduated at 18 in 2010. So and then I went to college for 2 years at UC Riverside. At the end of my freshman year of college, into 2011, bro, I was 360 pounds and a size like 52.
Can you send me a picture to bling up?
I have to find one.
If you find one, I'll send you. By the time I get the edits of the episode, I'll bling it up.
But if not, what I do have,
I'll just put the weight right there.
Yeah, what I do have is I do have the
because I
have the comparison photo when I lost the weight. So I started Thanksgiving 2013, and Thanksgiving 2013 I was 200 and no. I was 300 pounds, and I got down to 200 pounds, and ended up getting up to 215 after putting on muscle. But in 12 months, I lost 100 pounds in 12 months. So from November 2013 to November 2014, I ended up losing 100 pounds in that year.
And that's before Ozempic and Wegovy and all that. That's real life putting in that work.
That was literally, I work in security. My security job had a gym in the basement. So, and I had an 87 Monte Carlo that I was building at the time. So
project car.
So it was literally work, sleep, gym, project car. I disappeared for a year.
And I'm glad. Hold that. I disappeared for a year. Hold that thought. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so big on my workout journey, and I'm so big on the, and it's not even just the working out of it, but through this workout journey, I've learned. We always be like, oh, I ain't got the motivation to do da-da-da-da. I'm not motivated right now to do da-da-da-da. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been watching podcasts and listening to different things. This is not about motivation. It's about discipline.
100%.
It's about discipline, ladies and gentlemen. You can be motivated all day.
Motivation's a feeling that comes and goes.
It comes and goes. Discipline is for the niggas that's like, all right.
That's your character. That's your description.
Man, discipline.
This is who I am.
This is who I am. Discipline, whether you know it or not, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do anything else but get up for work in the morning at 4 a.m, That's discipline.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you.
You know what I'm saying? Getting up at 4 in the morning when you know other niggas is getting up at 8, 6, 7.
That's me every day. I'm up at 4 because I got work at 6.
Discipline.
And if I have a night where I need to get some sleep, then I won't get up at 3 to go to the gym, but I'll be off work by 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm in the gym afterwards. No matter what, I'm in the gym every day.
There's no excuses.
And you want to know what?
Today my excuse was because you was coming, so it's all right.
It's all good.
It's
Friday night. We can go.
Yeah. We can go tomorrow. We can go tonight.
Hey, I ain't tripping. I ain't got nothing to do but do a verse. We can go.
Let's go, nigga. We might hit the 24. Go ahead.
I got 24. How many we go to TG? But so back to the story.
Yeah.
So I ended up, losing the weight, and so, I'm 22.
Accomplished, you must have felt
freshly. I'm 22. Been single for a while. 100 pounds gone.
Nigga, what a
I'm fit, and yeah, but it was one of those where this was the first time in my life where I felt like the bitches were looking for me without me having to say a word. Like I lived in East Dago, right there off of Elkhorn Boulevard in Winona. There was a bar right there that used to be at. Disappeared for a year.
If you know where that's at,
if you know, shout out to East Dago, baby. You know how we do.
I was raised on 51st and Elkhorn Boulevard.
Oh yeah. So you know, right there across, right there by Altadena.
Horseman and shit.
I went to Horseman in 6th grade. I lived.
El Pueblo Loco and 7-Eleven, right where it's still 7-Eleven.
Right before they made Mary Fay, the elementary school.
Yeah.
I used to live right there at the corner of Orange and 51st, right down the hill from Kalina Park.
So you remember when it was a Taco Bell and an Arby's right there?
100%. 100%. 100%.
Oh my God.
I remember when you used to go to Kalina Park and when you would bend that first left right there on 52nd. Instead of going around the school, it split to 3 streets.
Bro,
I lived on the middle block of 51st.
Talk about it.
I used to walk
Real
down.
Dago babies gonna watch this and be like,
yeah. I used to walk up 51st, past Orange, go hit Trojan, bang that right on Trojan, and walk from 54th to 54th, and hit right there to Horseman.
Quit fucking playing with them. The 99, what was it? A 98 cent store that was across from that one main liquor store across from the gas station.
Yep.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
And
then it was a bunch of different 98
everything.
It was like a
everything. The little Vietnamese had them stores locked.
Oh my God, bro. I'm glad you're here, brother. I'm glad, man. And thank you for coming. For real. Like I was just saying, you top 5, top 10 episodes,
I
bro.
appreciate
you know what I'm saying? And I got something going for you guys. So please continue the story.
I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna make this long story kind of short, but still very long. Yeah. But basically, that was the nickname I came with. That was my little player name, So Sir Pierre, you know how you doing, Sir Pierre, baby? It's nice to meet you. I think you look good, but if you want to holler at me, I'm gonna be over here. Give a quick compliment, say the name, pop the LIPs, and be on my way. So if you want to come talk to me, I am over here. I'm pulling you out of your jurisdiction to come get some, like we say in physics, a little friction, baby. Come up out your jurisdiction, come hop on some friction. You feel me?
Stop. Not with the IZ.
Oh, just a little bit. Hey, never too much, just enough, baby. Hey, look, I ain't salt, baby, but I like to sprinkle me, man. You feel me?
Sprinkle me, man.
But yeah, so Sir Pierre, that's the name I fell in love with. And then coming up with the linguist part, growing up when I was in school, I was one of the kids that was in the gifted, talented, education program. I was in the advanced classes. I was GATE. Anybody knows the GATE program? Give me advanced. I tell everybody I am the coolest nerd you might ever meet. I was in band. I played the trumpet in elementary school from 4th to 5th grade. I was in concert drums in middle school, all through middle school, and I did 2 years of marching band in high school. I was the coolest nerd you ever met. I was in class with all the valedictorians and salutatorians of my class, all of the smart. Look.
Talk about it.
Look,
and you better tell them how bad them band bitches was.
I'm not going to say no names, but all I'm going to say is that my senior year of high school, the one of the 2 dudes that was fighting for valedictorian to have the highest GPA in our class, he ended up going to BYU. Okay. And my boy needed some trees because he's Amish. Or no, he was Amish, yes.
No.
BYU. And I feel bad to this day, but I sold my boy some trees.
Why would you feel bad?
BYU. To go to and when I I tell you,
feel bad. That's
this
tight, man.
This man told me the little gram that I sold him lasted a semester. He made a gram last a semester. Shout out my boy. I don't know if you ever see this, and I'm never gonna say your name because I rocked with you that way. I'll never put you out like that. But I'm gonna tell the story. No, no face, no case.
He gonna watch this and be like, God damn, that was me, man. That was me, man.
You know, so growing up, I had to deal with a lot of duality. So when I went to high school, I was living in the Southeast behind Lincoln, but Lincoln was closed. So my mom was busing me to Claremont.
When Lincoln was closed down.
Was closed. So after, so
wait a fucking minute, bro.
So let me. I'm running. Hold on. I'm running back. I'm running back. So look. So when I was in, we got a lot to cover. I'm gonna jump around real quick. So when I was in foster care, after I got out of foster care when I was 10, we moved back with my mom, and she lived over in East Dago off 51st.
Yeah.
I finished going to Oak Park Elementary for the rest of my 5th grade year. Then for 6th grade, we went to Horace Mann. At the end of 6th grade, the summer of 6th grade, they were going to demolish my block to build the elementary school Mary Fay.
Yeah.
So the city had a relocation program where they had to reload. They had to pay to your deposit and your first month's rent. Yes. Yep. So when they did that, we ended up moving behind Lincoln High School into the Southeast. They closed. When Lincoln closed. So
you had to go through that twice?
No.
Oh,
I was far enough to where I didn't have to move.
Okay, I was like,
but when we moved, Lincoln had just closed.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there from 2003 to 2008 till they shot in my house. But yeah, that's another story. We'll talk about that. From 2003 to 2008, but Lincoln was closed the whole time because Lincoln didn't reopen until 2009.
Yeah,
my 9 or 10.
Because I went there. I
graduated in 10, and it opened up. No, Lincoln opened up in 2008 because I remember it was my junior year of high school, and I wanted to go. My mom would not let me, and all my friends were going.
In the neighborhood?
I lived on Willie James and Ocean View. I was a block from. I lived on Willie James and Ocean View. I was a block from the school.
Where was you going to school?
I was going to Madison and Claremont. My mom was, and look.
Go ahead.
My mom had, look, Mama, I love you, and I appreciate you because simple fact. One, I had a job with the San Diego Unified School District. I was a cafeteria helper. I worked for 15 minutes of my 35-minute lunch and got paid an hour
at
worth.
What, 16, 17?
Since I was 14. The 4 years of high school, I got paid to go to high school. I had perfect attendance in high school, not because I wanted to learn. School was easy. I was about my money. I had a paycheck coming in the mail every 2 weeks for the school year. My mom stopped buying me clothes when I was 14 because of the simple fact that I wanted to wear my clothes how I wanted to, and I found a job at my school. I worked for 15 minutes of lunch and got paid an hour's worth of pay. So I was getting checks in the mail every 2 weeks since I was 14 to buy what I needed. Been hustling. But so
no, we're not gonna just pass over this like you didn't just drop a fucking high school hack that plenty of me niggas my age is finna be mad about. What the fuck you mean you could have been working in the cafeteria for checks?
No, I
was this at your school or was this citywide?
Shout out my big sis Sherelle because she put me on game because she used to work when I was in 8th grade. When I was in 8th grade, she was in 9th. She did the program. I found out about it. I don't know if it was every high school. I just know it was at mine. At my high school, I didn't need a work permit. I didn't need nothing.
And this is San Diego School District.
This is San Diego Unified School District. Madison High School in Claremont, San Diego, right off of Claremont Boulevard. Madison High School.
Because I went to John Muir out there in Claremont. And we was over there in Kearney Mesa, kind of like, it was Kearney Mesa, Claremont, and then they moved to Claremont. I think it was Kearney first and they moved to Claremont. Yeah. But that's where I was like, nigga, our trajectory is too fucking familiar, to go to Lincoln and but it pisses me off that you had that opportunity and we ain't never heard about. How did you? So you said you heard about that through your cousin,
my sister. Your sister. She did it the year before.
So you probably would have never known about that.
I would never know. If it wasn't for my sister, I never would have known.
If there was anybody in my motherfucking class or school that knew about that shit,
and it was only like 3 or 4 of us to let us work, but every year. I came back.
All 4 years.
All 4 years of high school. So look, in 2000, and I started high school in 2006 when minimum wage was $6.75, and then in 2007 it went up to $7.50. So from September 2006 to December 2006, I was getting $62.50 every 2 weeks in the mail. the 1st and the 15th, I was getting a paycheck in the mail from San Diego Unified School District for working in the cafeteria. So I was getting $130 a month for going to school, just for going to high school. And I told my mom after my freshman year, you don't have to buy me clothes no more.
What, $130 a month?
$130 a month.
But see, back then, though, yeah.
But the thing is, I'm 14.
Yeah, and you're 14,
I don't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
I don't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
I don't have
Were
a
you your
car.
only child?
I don't have nothing.
You were only child?
No, I'm the youngest of 5.
Oh,
I'm the youngest of 5. But I don't have a cell phone.
You had that little nigga mentality, nigga.
But I don't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
I don't have a car.
Yeah.
I was a former foster kid, and I'm still going through access. So every month, I see a social worker. I talk to them. They give me a bus pass every month. So I'm getting a bus pass for free.
You using your
I'm using my resources. Anywhere I want to go, I'm on the bus. You can't. I tell mama, I'll see you later. I'm leaving in the morning. Hop on the bus. You don't know where I'm going.
Nigga, I knew every route.
9:55, the 4, the 3, the orange line, the blue line, all of that.
Nigga, goddamn.
So
So wait, correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like you were born, of course, went through life, and then went through foster, got out of foster, and then went back to family, or correct me if I'm wrong. So at what age was that?
All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'll get right back to that. Okay. So I was trying to explain how I got to the name The Linguist. So growing up, living in the Southeast, but going to school in as we consider a white neighborhood, Claremont.
Yeah.
And then also being in the advanced classes, obviously a lot of the things that I've learned were an upper level of education, higher level of education, as they would say it.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the things that I was learning would just naturally come out in my ways and in the way I speak, the way I do things. And so I suffered with the problem of duality at a very young age because of the fact that when I would speak the dialect that I learned in school.
What did Tyler say? Too black for the white kids, too white for the black.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And so when I would be
me and my brother as well.
Yeah, when I'd be in the home on the block, don't use these big ass words, not with the white people.
Yeah.
But when I'm going to get to school,
linguist.
Exactly. So, and one of the things that, as part of my turnaround with everything that happened in my life, when my divorce happened and I had that moment that I gave my life to God, and I was like, one of the things I'm never going to do is I'm never going to water myself down for anybody or any circumstances around me. I'm going to walk in exactly who I am. And the education I received is who I am. The dialect that I use is who I am. My code switch game is so on point because of the simple fact that I can go from colloquialisms to Webster Dictionary English in the same breath without skipping a beat. And I know how to not just articulate myself in any environment. I can articulate myself in a multitude of environments based on who I'm talking to. And I can take it to a higher level than most because of the way that life taught me in the formal education I got in the public school system.
Yes.
So the linguistics comes from the being as true to myself as I can in the way I walk and the way I talk and everything. So I refuse to water myself down to make anybody else feel better.
Yeah.
If I can teach you what I have or what I know and it's something that entices you, I'll do my best to try.
Yeah.
But if who I am makes you discomforted, you're feeling whatever,
that's on
I'm
you.
sorry you feel that way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna continue to walk this way respectfully. I'm not bragging and boasting, but I'm gonna just keep it that way. And I'm gonna just say this: I'm not trying to sit here and say that I'm the best person to ever walk this earth. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm not flawed. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is that I know who I am. I know my flaws. On the worst night, I lived through my worst fear as an adult and as a parent. I've had no choice but to be sat down because I refused to sit and take accountability. And God said, son, no, you need to sit. I went through the ringer in the worst imaginable ways throughout my entire life. And the best part of all of that is it has shown me that no matter where I'm at, no matter what I go through, as long as I am true to me, those that love me will respect it. Those that don't like me will still respect it. They're just going to hate it because you don't have no choice but to respect it. So now To answer your question, because I'm sorry, I'm gonna be. We're gonna be running it.
Please, man.
So to answer your question, like you said, it seems like you went through foster care, went through this, went through that. So I'll give you the timeline. Okay, I went into foster care. Okay, my mom got arrested when I was in kindergarten. Okay, so come home from school. My mom always used to walk us home from school. My sister picked us up from school in the mail. Obviously, I'm the youngest of 5, so there's me and 2 sisters that are immediately 1 and 2 years older than me. Okay. There's a 3-year gap, and then there's my brother and my sister. So it goes 85, 86, 90, 91, 92.
So you're not the youngest.
No, I'm 92. I'm the youngest.
Oh, so you have. Okay,
yeah, my mom has 5 kids, and from 2 separate dads. So my oldest sister, and my only brother, they have a different dad. Rest in peace, pops. Love you, man. Yeah. And then me, my sister Andrea, my sister Sherelle, we had the same dad, who I'm named after, Andre. Yes, I'm the youngest of. I'm the youngest of those. The thing is this. Look, I'm the youngest of those 3. Yeah. I'm the youngest of those 5, and I'm the youngest of all of my cousins in my generation.
Really?
Yes. So when it comes to, I only have one uncle who has 2 sons that I believe are either a year or 2 younger than me, but they didn't grow up in California. They grew up in Chicago, so they weren't in California. Yeah. But of all of my cousins that grew up in San Diego and lived in San Diego or in California, I am the baby of us all. So of my Uncle Jim, may he rest in peace, of his kids, my Aunt Vern, may she rest in peace, her kids, my Aunt Crystal and her kids, and my mother's kids. I am the youngest of all of those cousins and the youngest of all of my siblings.
That's cool.
So like I'm besides my 2 little cousins that were born shortly after me, I'm the last Mohican of my generation as it comes.
So real quick on that, do you feel some kind of pressure?
No.
No?
No.
Because with me, it's me, my brother, my mom, and him as the last of our last name.
Yeah.
And that shit kills me sometimes. It puts an immense amount of pressure on me where I feel like I gotta, everything that I'm doing right now, something gotta give. Because I feel like if my son doesn't have kids or decides not to, or whatever happens in his life, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Once we all go, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
But respectfully, your journey is to bring forth a lineage and then do the best that you can do with that lineage. And I understand what you mean by the pressure with that, because I'm a fast forward. When I was 16, my dad called me. Keep in mind,
you never knew.
My dad, I'm 30. I'm 33. I'll be 34 this year. This summer will mark 20 years since I've seen my dad in person.
When's your birthday?
July 5th, 1992. Same as Mac Dre, baby. Same birthday as Mac Dre. I'm a Cancer, baby. Hey, don't
get me started. Because I'm August, so that's lit. Okay.
And so I've seen my dad, from what I can remember. I saw my dad when I was 7, when I was in foster care, when I was 11 after I got back with my mom, and then when I was 14. 7, 11, and 14. Those are the only times I've seen my dad in person that I remember.
It just trips me. Like, we are too much alike, bro, because I seen my dad at certain times, at certain ages, and then it just stopped. That's it. So continue.
And then when I was 16, 17-ish, he called me, and he was like, "Well, hey son, apparently he had another son that had passed away. Man, didn't know that. But I had a half brother that passed away. But he wanted him with the Smith name dies off with me. So I was wondering if would you consider changing your last name? So I asked him straight up. I said, "What has a Smith done for me besides bringing me into this earth?"
Oh, God damn.
And not to be disrespectful, not to be nothing.
No, it's not. Because I think about him all the time, and I just told him the other day, when I go, I wonder what you're going to say about me at my funeral. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I could never imagine him saying some shit like that about me or to me. But I say that I've got the same feeling toward my dad that I didn't get to see, really. And it's like, I just told my mom the other day, I'm like, I can't believe I really grew up without a dad, and he died, and he's gone now, and I can't ask questions. I can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
and part of my vindictivism with that was 2 weeks later, I ended up getting my last name tattooed across my shoulders, McCorley.
Mm-hmm.
And to solidify the fact, like, no, I've been a McCorley. I'm going to be a
Damn,
McCorley.
that's
My
crazy.
children's last name is McCorley.
That's
And
crazy.
look, even my ex-wife, she still kept my last name because it matches our children's name.
Bro, you go. I'm such an emotional person, but you saying that, I could only imagine, because a tattoo takes a long fucking time. You want to show the camera or no?
I mean, yeah.
If you down, I'll help you, bro. Yeah, because a tattoo takes a long fucking time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me see that real quick, bro. I got you. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking wild. And see, yeah, I just wanted you to do that because a tattoo takes a long fucking time, bro. It takes a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the thing is, this is
That's
keep in mind now.
The whole time I'm sure you were thinking like, damn,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Now keep in mind, it was a family member's friend, a family of our friend that did my tattoo for me, and he was doing tattoos out of his house. I'm sitting in his living room on an igloo cooler, just hunched over the whole time. This is getting done.
These first two.
Oh yeah.
The nigga just got out of jail. The homie's cousin.
But it was just one of
But
those.
it
was, and this ties into what you're saying. At that point in time, yes, I felt like I had a lot of pressure on my back because I was so determined to not be like him.
Mm-hmm.
To where the identity of trying to be a better man than the man I never knew was so encompassing that it took so much.
Yeah.
And then now that I've grown, I've loved, I've lost, I've married, I'm divorced, and now I have kids.
Yeah.
And even growing up with I don't ever consider myself a single dad.
Right.
Because of the fact that my kid's mother is still in their life.
Definitely.
So I just call myself a co-parenting father.
Yeah.
So as a co-parenting father, I still couldn't imagine never being in my kid's life.
Right.
And so there's times where I look at the things that I do with my kids, and I look at the things that I see from them and I hear from them, and the moments I get to enjoy. And when I think back to my childhood, I'm just like, damn, how could you, like, these are the greatest moments of my life. But I also have to understand that, you know, everybody has their path, everybody has their demons, everybody has the things that they are going through that make them who they are, that we will never have the availability to understand.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to be like a bashing session on my dad. My dad's still alive.
No,
we talk when we can.
Definitely.
I love him and I appreciate him for who he is, and I understand the things he was going through. I wasn't around. I wasn't 20 in the 80s.
See,
I wasn't 20 in the 80s.
You got to grow and see, and that's what it is with him too. I'm like, man, me and his mom, we didn't get to stay together, but we co-parent phenomenally, and that's like, it goes back to a couple episodes ago that I was talking about that. Like, we may not be doing everything, you know what I mean, in the world possible, but we're doing what we can. We in our kids' lives, we're doing better than our dads did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I ask my son all the time, or I tell him all the time. I'm like, man, like, I didn't have a dad, so I don't be knowing, like, I don't know how you feel, or I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, or I don't know if, you know what I'm saying? And bro, I could tear up right now because it makes me emotional, because I'm like, when I think about my dad, bro, like, you were saying, like, I had certain times, anytime my grandma, because my grandma was my grandma, his mom, my dad's mom, when she was alive, she would make sure to hit me up on birthdays and Christmases and different things and shit, bro. I feel like I'm about to start crying and shit.
Hey, it's church right now. It's all
church,
good. Let it go.
But it's just like, because it makes me sad, bro, when I think about it, because that's the only time I got to see my dad.
Yeah.
Is when I went over there to pick up whatever from my grandma for my birthday, and sometimes he wouldn't even be there. You know what I'm saying? And and that would be the thing I would be looking for over the money in the card or whatever.
To see him, yeah.
To see him.
And count, you know? And as heavy as that is, count that as a blessing.
Yeah.
Because even, and I'm not trying to use my situation as my shit was worse.
No, bro, no. That's the thing.
Count it as a blessing
because it's like, as young black men, bro, like we need our dads, bro.
Yeah. And my dad's side of the family was in Michigan. My dad's from Michigan. They've been in Michigan the whole time. Like my great grandma on my dad's side passed when I was 11. I never met her.
Yeah.
Like there's been lineage of a whole half of me.
That you can't even ask.
I didn't even know my grandfather was still alive on my dad's side until I met him at 14.
Really?
I met my grandpa for the first time at 14. Like my mom's dad passed when she was 14. So of course I never had the chance to meet my grandpa on my mom's side. My grandma died when I was 3. My very first memory is the koi pond at Glen Abbey in Bonita from her burial plot.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So it's like that. Like I know my grandma's with me. She protects me all the time. I know I have people on the other side that are here for me, and I want to give you a piece of sentiment that I learned when it comes to people who pass. And because you said your dad passed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I learned that when someone in our life passes, we have things, trials and tribulations that we are going to face that are going to come from the other side. And their passing is our bridge from this side to that side to have a guider and a protector to try to stop some of the trials and tribulations from being so hurtful
that we're going to go through.
They are a spirit guide that is giving us insight and a connection to the other side. Because even though you guys may not have had the physical connection here in the world, the fact that you are half of his loins and his lineage, you guys have a connection no matter what.
Yeah.
So he is helping and guiding you from the other side. No worries. It's all good.
I'm usually recording on my phone.
Nah.
So it's funny that I'm about to put this shit on airplane mode.
Hey, right Divinity, now. Man. It's Divinity.
Look, you know what that was? That was that comedic timing. That was my universe. Because I was about to cry right now. Y'all was finna break down, man. I'm about to look.
Saved by the bell.
Man, I'm over here tearing up, nigga, because he just hit some shit, bro. Like, you hit some shit, bro. You hit some shit.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, because with me, like I said, obviously, you know, growing up, didn't really have, you know, my dad around. But I will say this: my pops, my oldest brothers and sisters' dad, he was there for me. That was the closest thing to a dad I knew when I was young. Him and my Uncle Flanad, rest in peace. You know, he'd take me down to Mission Beach. You know, I'm 11.
That's dope.
10, 11, 12, fresh home from being in foster care. So he'd come pick me up, 13, fresh in high school. He'd come pick me up. You know, we'd be down. We go to the beach. We, you know, give me some Mexican food. There go. We get Mexican food at Mission Beach, sitting at them stone stairs on the backside of Belmont, right on the other side of the boardwalk. And you know, if you know, you know. You know, they you know, them, as they say in England, you know, them little tings is coming around. Them little tings is coming around on the skates, got the wheels on the feet, and you know, Pops be like, "You think she cute, huh? Yeah, I see you looking. Hey, go holla at her."
So you was at the beach. You had memories of
I remember Pops at the beach, and the thing is as I see it now, he was, you know, teaching me to convey confidence. Yeah. He was teaching me to actually
spend time.
I got to spend time with my my oldest sibling's dad. Like that's he's
not
my dad. No. So my brother Kariba and my brother Kenitra, their dad Kariba.
Another fucking comparison.
Big Pops. Like that was the closest thing I had to a dad. He wasn't my direct dad, but he was my dad.
That's another comparison.
He taught me stuff. He'd help me out with the life with being a man.
Yeah, my older brother, he had his real dad, and that came into his life a little bit later. We visited him, but his dad, Rumper, R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? He was in his life, and he accepted me. Both of it, my brother's dads, because he had more, you know, cooler male. Yeah. I don't want to say cooler male influences, but he had more positive and more like, you know, consistent male influences in his life, and they all accepted me and they all took me in, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them. Shout out to Ken Davis. we visited them a while back. You know what I'm saying? And in South Carolina, and it was one of the dopest visits that I've had in my life. And you know, it just it I don't know, it touched me, bro, because I didn't have a dad, like I said. So
Yeah.
being a grown up and being at this age to where I didn't have to go to this place feeling like left out or feeling
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like I went there and they made me feel
Include
like
like you were
I'm
there.
your
Yeah.
son too, you know what I'm saying? And that shit is the dopest feeling. Like it's the dopest feeling. Like so I'm glad you got to feel that shit and got to have some memories. The only memory I really have of my pops is going to the liquor store to get. I be telling my son, the only thing I got of my dad, nigga, he took me to the liquor store to Leah Liquor in Emerald Hills because my grandma lived up the hill from there, and we would go get Arizona teas, and that was my only thing. But you know, I
But you
can't.
know, hey, even the beauty of that memory is still
Oh yeah, it's
sentimental.
there. It's there. It's there.
So, as in, you know,
Check it.
as the story and
Can you check it? See where we at? My bad.
no, you good.
Yeah.
Hey, this is where we.
What does it say? You know what number are we at? What does it say? How much time?
Got 9 minutes and 39 seconds.
Is left?
Yeah, go check.
So that's 40 minutes is done, but 8 minutes left. So yeah, exactly. What time is it right now?
9:40.
So 9:47. When you get up, so just keep watching your phone. You don't got. Thank you, son. And back to this. Where we was at?
Yeah. So
All right.
so you're asking me questions about how I grew up. So
Yeah.
we'll get back to the story. So, my mom got arrested when I was in kindergarten. My mom usually picked us up from school. My sister came and picked us up, and so she told us, she's like, hey, mom got arrested today. The house got raided. You know,
As a kindergartner.
I'm in kindergarten. My sister's in first grade. My other sister's in second, and my oldest sister, Kenitra, she's 7 years older than me. So if I'm in kindergarten, she's in seventh grade. And so she has to she's the oldest, so she gets all of us. She's in seventh grade. She gets all of us. And then takes us home. We got to pack our bags, and we're going to go stay with some siblings. So we stayed with a family member in the apartment complex we stayed at to finish the school year. And then after we finished the school year, we went to go stay with my aunt in over off Coronado Avenue down. I live down in the South Bay area.
IB and shit. Yeah.
So right now we were off of Camino de la Playas, right there by the Los Americas outlet. We lived right there on the
you was
corner.
down there,
I was
like,
down
Otay.
there, Otay.
Yeah.
We used to
Yeah.
we used to take family trips on the weekend. Take an hour walk, go get tacos and TJ and come back.
Oh,
Yeah, like
that's
an
fucking
hour
sick.
trip. Like literally, when I tell you,
yeah.
so like if you ever been to Camino de la Playas
Yeah.
and you get off the freeway, you make the right, and you're going by the outlet mall. And when you get to where the Asian Walk restaurant is at on your left hand side, and the road curves to the right,
it's kind of deep that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an apartment complex on the corner. That's the apartment complex we lived at, and the elementary school that's up the street by the Motel 6 and the KFC. That's
deep
elementary
down that
school
way.
that I went to.
Yeah.
That's elementary school I went to. My cousin used to, my cousin's husband used to manage the KFC. My cousin Mary Lee, she used to work at the Pizza Hut Taco Bell that was in the parking lot, and there was a Kmart down there. And
Bro,
we used to
this is
live
back in
right.
the
We used to ride our
day.
rollerblades. Our apartment complex was attached to the loading dock of the Kmart. So we used to ride our rollerblades under the parked semis at the docks of Kmart,
That's
thinking we're the Mighty Ducks.
So,
yeah.
Bro, the Mighty Ducks, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Mighty Ducks, bro.
So
If you in 90s, baby, you know the Mighty fucking Ducks, bro. That's crazy.
So we lived there, and then when my mom got arrested, so we went to go stay with family. So we went to my auntie's house for the summertime, and then my other aunt, she ended up taking us in with her, but we ended up staying in hotels. So for my first grade year, we were homeless. We lived in the hotel, at the Motel 6 off
First
of
grade year.
First grade year so when I was 6, we were homeless. First grade of school, we were homeless.
Grade. Oh man.
So we lived.
How old are you at first
I'm
grade?
6.
What is that, 6? Oh
6.
my
We were homeless at
God.
6. So we lived at the Motel 6 off of E Street, right by the E Street Trolley in Chula Vista, right off the 5 freeway.
Oh yeah.
We lived at the Vagabond Inn,
God
right
damn,
around
that's been a Motel 6
since forever.
Really?
Since forever.
That's crazy. That's right there by the McDonald's and the Black Angus.
Yep.
That's
lived right there.
crazy.
I went to that elementary school, Feaster Edison. I went to that school that's next to the Black Angus. I went to that elementary school, Feaster Edison.
Fuck.
I lived in the Motel
From the hotel?
6. Yeah, we lived at the Vagabond Inn around the corner on Broadway by Broadway and F.
By what was it? Wendy's.
Yep.
Was Wendy's
right
still
around
there?
the corner at the Vagabond Inn on
Yeah.
Broadway, around the corner from East Street. We stayed at the Sunshine Inn off Ellen Broadway by the old roller skate ring, and that was between kindergarten to first grade. We were homeless, living in hotels and things like that. I actually had my first near-death experience when I was 6. I ended up going to LA with my aunt's boyfriend at that time, and
just y'all?
It was just me and him. He took me.
And your mom was like,
my mom was in jail.
Yeah, oh fuck.
My mom was in jail. She spent decent time in jail. Just getting out.
Was he he was on when raising you guys?
No. So we were living in the hotel with my aunt. My aunt was obviously, this is early 2000s. So respectfully, I love my aunt. She was going through her own demons and her own addictions.
Right.
Basically, my aunt took us. My mom's 5, and then her 2 kids went with my other aunt.
Mm-hmm.
So she gave up her parental responsibilities to help my mom. We kept in the family the way we do back in the day. So instead of dragging 7 kids around, she let her 2 kids stay with my aunt Crystal, and my aunt took us. My family, forgive me if I'm butchering this, I was the youngest, so I'm doing my best. But so we're staying in the hotel, and so my aunt was, in the midst of her addiction, and I don't know why I went with him to LA, but he was going up to LA to go visit his cousin. Obviously, we made it back, and we were safe. And I'm gonna call it God. I don't know what's going on. I woke up, to go use the bathroom, and when we got back, we were back in the hotel room. So I woke up to go use the bathroom at the hotel room, and my aunt and her boyfriend were in the bathroom. They're smoking dope, and he was telling her about what happened in LA. And I just so happened to wake up and hear him say that he owes her an apology because when they were in LA and he was going to go visit his cousin, now keep in mind, I'm 6, this is 1998. So his cousin lived in the heart of the Jays in LA back in 1998. Everyone knows. The 90s, the Jays in LA, it's a monstrous time.
My last guess that I had, he grew up in Compton in 98.
Yeah,
so LA in the 90s
it was horrible.
Oh,
so
my God.
Y'all
think it's bad
he said somebody ran up on him and his cousin and pulled a gun on him. Him and his cousin ran. I'm in the car in the front seat with the car on and running with key in the ignition with the AC on so I can sleep. He comes back 30 minutes later and the car's still there, and so am I. He doesn't know if they were trying to jack him or what the case was. Yeah. But that was my first near-death experience I didn't even know about, and I'm 8 years old. And I'm 6 years old. I'm in first grade. 6 years old.
You hear this shit, son? You've been living a great life, nigga. A good life. How many times? 5 minutes? 4 minutes? Nope. 3, 2, 1.
Time is up.
Done?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's perfect.
Hey, my favorite saying is any day above ground is always a great day.
I literally, Jaden, it goes back to what I was saying. I literally just said that earlier in the liquor store. I said, it's because somebody was saying something about, some old folks talking. And I was like, yeah, any day above ground is a good day. That's it. But I was just thinking right now, I can't get over it. Shout out to my son's cousin, my little niece, man, Malia, man. I got on Insta the other day, and she just chilling with the little Northwest, bro.
Oh, well, hey, well, hey.
Little North. I'm like,
Yeah,
bruh.
hey,
I'm like,
okay,
what,
hey,
nigga?
hey, shout
I'm
out
like,
to you.
bruh. I said, what? I said, what? I said, look. I said, look. When Little Northwest have a little birthday party, nigga. No, you don't forget about me. you let
me know.
You let a nigga
You
know.
feel me? Hey,
Shout out Malia.
Do you need a chauffeur?
Do you need a chauffeur? No, I'm gonna tell her. I was like, I'll be your bodyguard. I'll just me and your dad, nigga. Me and your dad.
Say, what you looking at?
What you looking at?
Nigga, what you looking
look
at?
out, nigga. Pop the tip. You feel me? Look,
Shit, nigga, what you
on my
looking at?
soul,
Get outta
nigga.
here.
Nah, but it just tripped me out. I had to say it. I had to shout her on here, shout her out on here because it was just the highlight of my week because it's just like, man, it just makes me, it's like reassurance. Even though she's younger than me and did that, it's just like, damn, I know I'm supposed to be in the company of people. I know this shit finna take off. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell this lady all the time, like we finna, it's just people. It is just people.
God's timing and our timing.
Exactly, man. Like, man, that's why I don't be stressing too much. But you know, like I was saying, I tell her all the time, you gonna get out the hood. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be here for long.
But
you know what I'm saying?
You know the age of the average millionaire, right?
It is after 30s for sure.
I think it's like 42. It's in the 40s. Average millionaire is 40 something. The thing is just is most people they only see the glamorized successes, whether it's the celebrities, whether it's the this, whether it's the that. There are so many people in this world and in this country that got buku bucks, and you wouldn't be able to tell them from Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to tell them from anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So yeah. So let's see. Where did we leave off at?
I meant to listen to the last of that shit.
No worries.
I
was talking about my upbringing.
Yeah.
We already talked about. We're talking about my first near death experience.
Bam.
We were wrapping it up with that. So, boom.
Oh fuck.
First near death experience. So I ended up waking up and hearing them speaking about what happened when we were in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I think somewhere around that time, my mom had gotten out of jail. It's been like a year from that time. She had got out of jail because from what she told me was that she was the one that ended up calling CPS to get us out of the hotel after she heard that story.
Oh shit!
So from what she told us, what she told me, she was the one that called CPS herself.
She didn't want y'all going through shit.
Yeah, she was going through that, and then we had a family friend that we had met when I was 3, and it was the Yang family, and they were he was military man, Asian man, and his wife was white, and they're good Christian family, so they ended up being my first foster parents. As a matter of fact, a lot of the summers that I spent a lot of time with them, even growing up. So spent I think the summer. So I think the first grade and part of second grade. First grade, the summer, first grade, and part of second grade was at Feaster, and then
Feaster.
That's the name. It's in Tulare. That's the name of the elementary school. It's in Black Angus. So Feaster Edison is the name of the elementary school right on East Street. So then after that, I want to say second grade. So the summer between first and second grade, we're going to Polinsky, end of first grade, start of second grade, summer of second grade, and end of first grade, summer, and then start of second grade. We were in Polinsky Children's Center in Kearny Mesa.
While in Polinsky, do you get to go to a regular school outside, or do they have their own school?
They have their own school.
Because I've had family members in Polinsky, so I've never known. I remember hearing that name as a kid when cousins and shit had to go in that shit.
Yeah, so the way they have it set up is they have girls age 12 and up, girls age 11 to 5, and then obviously
5 to 11.
5 to 11. They obviously have the babies in their own.
Yeah.
Boys 5 to 11, and then like boys 12 and up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's how it went. And then obviously they had their own cafeteria, and they had their own school center.
Really?
And a playground.
So Polinsky Center was an actual center. It was
So
an actual.
it was an actual.
It was like a campus.
It was like an academy.
You
lived there, you slept there, you ate there. We had movie nights, and it was. In your
age group range.
In your age group range.
That's crazy.
But when you really, really think about it, I understand the good that they wanted to do, but you have children who have been removed from their families and from their homes.
Rebellious motherfuckers that are
but you
mad.
You have these children in a room with strangers in their own bubble. Like when bro. Gray sweats type shit.
I believe it.
Shoes with Velcro, no shoestrings. Gray sweats. I'm
crazy.
As a kid, you don't think about it now, but it's like it's its own world.
Yeah.
They have a school in there. They have a school in there where you're learning on a computer. Cafeterias, playgrounds, boys and girls not only separated by their gender but by their age. And like, so if I wanted to go visit my sisters that are 1 or 2 years older than me, I'd have to go to the girls' house. The girls between 5 and 11, they couldn't come to me.
Mm.
If I wanted to see my older sister in the older girls' house,
there was girls' house and male's house inside the Polinsky Center.
Inside the Polinsky Center. So when you walk in, it's 4 living houses. The oldest girls was in the beginning, the younger girls in the middle, younger boys in the middle, oldest boys towards the back.
Did you have to make an appointment, or did you have to? Would you have to in order to? Were you? So did you see your siblings daily, even though you couldn't talk to them, or?
Well, like if we were in the playground or at school, we would see them. But if it was like when school was done and things like that, and if I wanted to like go see, I'd have to ask the house counselor or whoever. Oh, I want to see my sister, or if my sisters wanted to come see me, they'd be like, "Oh, you have a visitor," and like my older sister would have to come to me, my older brother would have to come to me, or I'd have to go to my younger sister, to my older sisters.
Was there restrictions or regulations on that, or could it be in the middle of the night? I wake up, damn, I need to see my motherfucking.
No, there's bedtime was bedtime. There's restrictions and regulations, so it's like between like 3 and whatever.
Whenever you
got done with school, but if it's movie night, you can't.
Yeah.
If there's certain activities, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So it's like you can see your siblings that are there, but it was like highly limited.
Yeah. Oh.
It was highly limited. So
highly limited kind of pisses me off because I'm like,
I
had cousins in there at the same time that were siblings, and I'm like, I would like to think that if I need my sibling, I can go see them. So, fuck you, Polinsky.
And then
it's like, no.
So then after that, like I said, the Yang family, they ended up getting us out of Polinsky, and that was the first foster home I went to. And we stayed with them from like the end of 2nd grade through the summer of, I think through 2nd grade, almost to the summer. Yeah. And then they were adopting a girl from Mexico. So once that finished, they ended up losing their foster license or something like that. So then we ended up moving to another house in Chula Vista right there off of L and 3rd. Mm-hmm. Right where L becomes 3rd, right there by no, I'm sorry. L becomes Telegraph Canyon right at 3rd. So yes, it's L and 3rd, right there where the CVS is and where Rice Elementary School is in Chula Vista. Ended up going to Rice Elementary School. We were there for the summertime, and then for the start of 3rd grade, start of 3rd grade. And then November of 3rd grade, ended up going to my last foster home. So from 3rd grade to 5th grade, I was in a foster home in Oak Park. So between kindergarten and 3rd grade, I went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different elementary schools.
5 different elementary schools. How many foster homes?
So
how many foster parents and foster homes? 5
different elementary schools, 3 different foster homes, 1 foster facility, 3 different hotels, and homeless for a year.
And that's just kindergarten.
That's between kindergarten and 5th grade. Oh, sorry, kindergarten and third grade.
Yeah.
Because third grade I got my last foster home, and from third grade to fifth grade I was in the same foster home,
Yeah.
and went to the same elementary school. So that's when things started getting stable around third grade. And then after that, I ended up getting back with my mom. So then in spring break of fifth grade, got back with my mom.
And is that because mom was she doing her own thing?
She got everything. She got out of jail, went to put herself in a rehab program. Graduated from the rehab program, turned her life around 100%, 100% 360. Yeah.
My mom's had lost my brother before I was born, and then she got her shit right. She's been sober as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
So yeah,
same with my mom.
Much the same. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's
so
dope.
she turned everything around. She got us back when I was in fifth grade, and then so for the rest of fifth grade, we were with my mom. We lived in East Dago, over by Kalina Park, right off of 51st Street, 54th and Orange.
Yeah, I was over there. And then I grew up over there.
Mm-hmm. And then when sixth grade came around, I ended up going to Horace Mann. We're still staying there on 51st. And then I want to say the summer after fifth grade, right before sixth grade started. No. Because I was still going to Horace Mann when we had to move, and so I was still going to Horace Mann while living in the Southeast. I remember me and my sister Andrea used to catch the 955 from right in front of Lincoln. She was going to Crawford, I was going to Horace Mann, and then my sister Sherelle was going to Preuss. Yeah. So my sister Sherelle was going to a different school, and me, all three of my mom's youngest kids were going to different schools. My brother and my sister at that time, they were in a group home in Escondido called San Pasqual Academy. So my sister was actually the first. Yeah, my sister was the first graduating class at San Pasqual Academy. My brother was the second. My sister graduated 2003. My brother graduated 2004. A lot of my cousins and stuff that I have now are a lot of the foster kids from there. Because while my brother was there, I used to go visit a lot. And so, we'll get into that more. But try to make a long story not so long. But so got back with my mom in fifth grade.
This shit interesting, nigga.
Yeah, got back with my mom in fifth grade. So then, life got pretty normal after fifth grade. Just living with my mom. Regular life stuff. Living here, got to move here, move there. The longest stint, and I'm gonna say this. Right now, with me living in El Cajon. I've been in El Cajon for 10 years. This is the longest that I've lived in one city in San Diego in my entire life. Yeah. And when we lived in the Southeast, we were there from 2003 to 2008. And, regular life stuff, like I said, that's where I struggled with what I know now as duality. Right. And, having to live with the fact that living in an impoverished area while going to a school in a non-impoverished area, you start to learn the differences between things. Plus, with the education level that I'm receiving, it was public education. I was in the advanced classes and all that, so I'm learning things that's dialect and all that to prepare me for college. And I'm fighting to realize that the things that I'm learning and the reality that I'm in, I have to, vary myself depending on where I am, which is one of the things I've learned not to do now. But obviously, as a teenager, you learn better. Yeah. But summer 2008, 3 days before I turned 16, my house got shot up.
In what area? Where were you at?
I live in the Southeast, right behind Lincoln.
Oh, and over there. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was over there.
So I'm not gonna give too many details, but I'll give the jurisdictional infractions.
When you say this, now, I'm not trying to incriminate shit, but when you say that, do you know more than what you're about to say is what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to give...
We don't need to put it all on here because I know that's... broad... As growing up in the Southeast, it's like that. That's even like the shooting at Dr. J's. Remember that shit? Mm-hmm. I know we all know what happened that grew up over there. Yeah. But you know what I mean? And it's like,
I'm just gonna
some shit you don't say. So
yeah, I'm gonna just give jurisdictional fractions that were going on. So obviously everyone knows allegedly living by Lincoln, what that entails.
Oh, we know what's up.
Yeah.
Because I lived on Trinidad. I lived off Trinidad in Agua Vista. So I was right there, yeah.
And the apartment complex where we lived at, my brother's side of the family is from the other side of the tracks, closer to 33rd and Market Street, if you know what I mean.
Damn, we got so many fucking similarities. Crip blood families and fucking bro.
And then
keep going.
Across the fence in the apartment complex over there was a gentleman who's from the neighborhood.
On the cemetery side?
No. So right where I lived on Willie James and Ocean View, there was a fence between my apartment complex and the next one over. No. So right in my apartment complex, where my apartment, there was literally a literal fence.
Yeah.
Between my parking lot and the apartment complex, right across the fence.
On Willie James.
So on Willie James. So my apartment's on Willie James, but they're on Ocean View.
Okay. Oh, you were on that side.
I'm on Willie James and Ocean View, on the same side as the high school, a block down.
Okay.
So if you're on Imperial, you make the left on. If you're coming down Imperial from Euclid, make the left by the high school, where the yield sign goes, and you can turn right. Or if you go straight to the stop sign, my apartment's right there by the stop sign, right there, and it's my apartment complex. There's a house on the corner, and then another apartment complex back
over there by Tacos El Paisa.
A little bit, yes. It's before the park. It's before the park.
Oh shit!
So
that was my shit. Man.
Mine too. That's my favorite one. But so obviously my family's association is over there off Market Street. One of the individuals that lived in the apartment complex, he was from the local demographic.
Mm-hmm.
His baby mama's brother was from the Far East Side, that really doing jurisdictional infractions. So you have on this one corner Crip family and a jurisdictional family that crosses between Skyline and Lincoln.
Fuck.
And in this corner of Lincoln, you have these jurisdictional infractions.
Yeah.
And no matter how cordial you are, no matter how coolant you are, no matter
blood, what's up? Blood, what you doing over here?
No matter what, something's going to happen. So one of my family members, had a jurisdictional infraction with one of the other jurisdiction's members, and one of the jurisdictional members that was within our conglomerate didn't necessarily like that, because street life is street life, and so you kept that stuff going even against your friends that you smoke with every day. So as the story goes, what my brother told me, he had came home at 2:30 in the morning. He felt uneasy after when he was leaving. He said he felt like someone was watching him. So when he came into the apartment, he walked around to see if somebody was there. And he came in and he laid down he went to the living room to watch TV on the couch. Man. Everybody in my house was awake but me. Everything at my apartment complex happened through my bedroom. So my apartment was on a hill. So our apartment was L-shaped. Now keep in mind, my bedroom window is about 6 feet off the ground. Me being 16, when I stand at my window, it was still probably 3 or 4 inches above my head before you actually, from the base of the windowsill to my actual window.
Mm-hmm.
So I had just spent 2 weeks in Imperial Beach because my high school football team went up to Fresno for the summer camp.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the money to go, but I had summer lifting and conditioning on Monday. This is Sunday night. So, July 2nd, 2008, Sunday night. At midnight at that time, I just told my girlfriend at the time, got off the phone, hey, love you. I got to be up at 8 o'clock for practice. Need to be in Claremont by like 11. So I get off the phone. Now, to set the scene, everything happens from the apartment complex through my window. My bedroom window, right outside the bedroom window is the back parking lot. It's one of the last back windows out of the complex. The basketball hoop we had that my mom bought is right next to my window. My brother's car parking spot is right across from my window. So like if someone calls the house phone, I'm bringing it through the window to outside, all that. So everything happened through my bedroom window. Yeah. My cat had cut my screen completely in half. So at any point in time, anybody could just walk up and flap my window. Like one of the cousins that I have from Samba Squad Academy, one night I'm sitting in my room And then next thing I know, there's just a 24 can of Mickey's coming through my window. And I'm looking at the window, like, oh, thank you. My mom didn't know nothing. So I'm sitting in my room on a Saturday night, 15 years old, with a freaking 24 ounce of Mickey's sipping on it. You know, everything happened out my bedroom window. So, yeah, you know, Southeast living.
Yeah, everything happened out of my backyard. Honestly, I feel like a lot of gang members fucked with me because they could come to my backyard and smoke and chill and shit.
And that the homies would they would try to wake me up, go to the front door. Oh, is Andre awake? No, he's sleeping. Leave him alone. My homies, the homies would literally they stopped going to the front door. They would just jump.
Though.
They would just jump in my window.
Yeah.
Fuck. It was cool. My mom wouldn't trip. Like they'd jump in my window, like, Dre, get up. I'm like, bro, I'm sleeping.
Some Friday shit.
I'm like, bro, I'm sleeping. They're like, all right, well, we gonna play San Andreas. I had the PS2. Like, we gonna play San Andreas. Nigga, go ahead. I'm sleeping. Like, my mom told me she had this so many times. She opened my bedroom door on a Saturday, and there's just 6 little niggas in my room while I'm still sleeping. And she's like, well, they're here, they're safe, and they're off the street. Right. So she would just look in, and she would hear voices and close the door.
And she probably gave them a little snack.
Yeah, you know all the homies was in my room waiting on me to wake up. Because it's Saturday morning, their mom already kicked them out the house, and they waiting on me to get up. So
that's funny. That's
so back to the story. So obviously everything happened at my room.
Yeah.
So this is one of the moments when I realized how blessed I am.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if in my bedroom I had my computer, I never turned my computer off, which thank God I never did.
Yeah.
And I've been a big boy my whole life. So the computer chair that I had was almost like a lazy boy recliner, but just with the wood arms.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tell you, it was a wide chair. It's a wide chair. And my brother had one of his like button-up Padres jerseys over the back. So if you somebody looking to do something, conspicuous, you think someone's sitting in the computer chair. The room's dark.
Yeah.
Just the computer screen is on. There's a shirt draped over the chair.
That's funny as fuck.
So
I swear I would have been like,
in my sleep, I actually got woken up in my sleep hearing gunshots.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, everybody in my house is still awake. I'm the only one that's sleeping. Everyone in my house is still awake. I wake up in the morning and I call my mom. I was like, Mom, were they shooting last night? She's like, yeah, they were. She's like, we all hit the deck. I saw the flame from the gun, from the muzzle, out the corner of my window. So now keep in mind, our apartments, and like when you walk in the apartments, are 4 bedrooms. So you walk in, it's living room, mom's room, bathroom, my sister's room in the back, and another bedroom here. So you got to think, my bedroom window's here. There's a bathroom, and my mom saw it out of the far corner window, the flame. So you're probably 20, 30 feet from the window busing. So I get off the phone with my mom, and I got to take shit, get ready for football practice. And I wake up, and I'm looking around my room.
Yeah.
I know I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, what's wrong with my fan? Like I get up, call my mom. No, I get up, call my mom, use the bathroom. And then when I get in my room, I'm just looking around my room. I'm like, what? Like, why is my fan guard? I'm confused. Keep in mind, I sleep with my fan on.
Same.
And it's this is the fan guard from my face.
So
I sleep with the fan on in front of my face. They call me the polar bear because my room is cold. So the fan,
bro, the comparisons
the
are
fan guard
diabolical.
is within 5 feet of my face.
Yeah.
My fan is completely spun around, and the fan guard is off. And I'm looking around my room, and I'm like, why do I have 6 holes?
That's wild.
In my drapes going in a direct line.
Yeah.
I go sit on my computer chair, the arm falls off. I'm like, why is there wood chips everywhere? What the fuck happened to my chair?
That's crazy.
Why is my speaker messed up? My t-shirt, there's holes, and it clicks. They were shooting in my room last night. I'm talking to my sisters, and they're like, oh yeah, they found bullets in the hallway. 2 of the bullets ricocheted off each other, landed in the hallway. And so now I'm tracing it. I'm like, boom, 6 shots in my window. There's a bullet shell in my room. There's 4 shots, 4 holes in the wall. Like I tell you, like this was God. The bullets traveled all through my bedroom, open bedroom window. Luckily, the window's open and didn't shatter. went through the wall, missed the computer, put a couple holes in the top corner of my speaker, and hit a t-shirt that was on my speaker. Everybody in my house was awake. Nobody got shot. The only person that was awake, asleep, was me. The bullets went through my bedroom wall into my sister's room and in through the other room. And when I tell you that the last bullet that went through the wall missed the glass top of my sister's desk by half an inch, when it came through the wall, not a single person was shot. Keep in mind, if my computer wouldn't have been on, and I sleep under my window, so all they ever had to do was put the gun in the window and look down.
Yeah.
And they would have seen someone sleep. They could have dumped 6 shots in me, and nobody in my house would have known until they realized I didn't get up for football practice. And they would have found me dead in my bed. I called my mom. I said, Mom, they were shooting in my room last night. My mom worked off Mesa College Drive off the 805, off Imperial Avenue on the 805. My mom worked on the other side of the 8, between the 8 and the 163. My mom was home in 7 minutes. That was my second near-death experience.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's
Thank you. I'm 16. That's 10 years to the date. So 1998, 2008. 10 years. So that ends up happening. Life gets pretty normal after that. Graduate high school, and then living around, go to college, come home. I already told the story about when I lost the weight and all that. Life's pretty smooth. Things going good. Ended up meeting my ex-wife in 2015 when I was living at my mom's house. We ended up moving in together. I met her in May. We moved in September. By December, she was pregnant. So, young man doing things. We were together from 2015 to I moved out in 2023.
You guys got married in 15?
No, so we were together in 15. We had our son 2016. We got married in 2019. Mm-hmm. We got divorced in 2023. Okay. So, there was ups and downs, a lot of learning. I wasn't perfect.
You guys were together before marriage, though, so that's dope. Honestly,
yeah.
That means you tried. And to me, that is the ultimate, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate you for trying, I guess.
Yeah,
the lover in me, like the hopeless romantic in me, appreciates you for trying.
I did. We both did our best. Mm-hmm. Like, when I met her, I was 2015, so I was turning 23. Yeah. She was turning 20. Yeah. Her birthday's July 1st, mine's July 5th. She was 19 when I met her. Yeah. And I was 22. Yeah. That's not bad. She had our son 3 weeks before she turned 21.
Damn.
Like, on our 1-year anniversary, she's 8 months pregnant.
When 21 happened, was she like, nigga, hold this baby, I gotta go out?
Nah.
I got to go shake this ass one last time. It's like,
nah. Like the beginning was smooth, we figured it out, we made things work. With ups and downs as we were learning things together. As we got older and more responsibilities, sometimes you tend to drift apart. And I'm not gonna act like I didn't fall victim to the world and put my penis in a place it shouldn't have been. There were things that led to that, but I'm going to leave it there. Yeah. Because at the end of the day,
you're a man, and they say take accountability.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, she is a real person. Yeah. And it's not just some fictitious stuff. Yeah. She is a real person. That is my real life. And she is the mother to my children. So I'm giving you what happened to me. I'm going to leave it at that. I always do my best to make sure, no matter how I feel, no matter what's going on, no matter how harsh we may communicate to each other in times, I make sure to do my best that I am never talking bad to her, to my children, or in any aspect at all, but especially towards my children or in a publication. Because I give her that respect. She gave me something no one else can give. I have 2 kids. That's it. Got a vasectomy. I'll never have any more. Yeah. So...
I heard that.
And what I'm leading up to now is, like I told you earlier, I have a lot of things going on, obviously, so we'll wind it back. I own a multimedia company. It's called To The Top Productions, where I do photography, videography. That's right. I'm an audio engineer, producer, engineer, all of that. Yeah. Drone pilot, working on getting my license. I found my gift that God has gave me, which is the availability to speak. Yeah. I understand that my problems go vertical, So I have the emotional bandwidth to take lateral situations. I can never take your problems, but I can take on a situation for you. You need me to listen? You need some advice. That's the situation. Can't take your problems, but I can be an ear because I'm going to pray on it for you anyways. So you bring something to me, I'll pray on it for you. It's the best. That's the greatest thing I can do for you.
Yeah, amen.
Sometimes the only thing I can do for you.
But sometimes that's all a nigga need.
Yeah, a listening ear, a leaning shoulder, and a praying heart. That's what I can give. That's the best I can give. So
I'll tell you.
Like I said, we split 2023. February 23rd, 2023, ended up moving out. So at that time, obviously, we split. She was a stay-at-home mom. I literally was paying child support from the day that I moved out, even without an order. I've been still paying my child support.
Damn.
It at times was back and forth about it, but at the end of the day, my children deserve the best life. So I'm doing the best that I can do to still sustain my life and give them a good life with their mom.
Yeah.
Hey. So, I just bought my pickup truck in October of 2022, right before we split. Still got my pickup truck. I just bought it. First vehicle I made payments on. And a month after I bought it, I had to put a transmission in it. So that was right in the time when that's right in the time when our relationship started to get tumultuous. Yeah. But, things happen. Yeah, and so, a month after I moved out, it was the end of March, right around my, March 26th is my anniversary year with my job. I've been with the city since 2018. It was 2023. So it's right around the 5-year mark I've been with the city.
Nice.
I was dropping my son off at football practice. He was playing flag football on a Tuesday night, and I was getting ready to go drive Lyft. Ended up making the wrong turn to get my customer canceled, so I had to go get another customer. Now, this customer was in El Cajon. I'm coming from Rancho San Diego, so that's taking me towards my house. So as I'm coming up the 125 and about to get on the 8, as I'm going through the turn to get on the 8, I notice my check engine light comes on in my truck, and the gear shifter light is flashing.
Fuck.
And so luckily I have enough speed, and I'm able to coast it off the El Cajon Boulevard exit and take it into El Cajon. So I'm taking it into El Cajon, and they're doing the construction for the roundabout right there by the Harley Davidson El Cajon, so you have to make a detour to the left. Okay. So I get to that detour, and I go to give it gas. And the RPMs shoot up, but I have nothing.
Damn.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
And
that's like the transmission on my last shit.
Yeah. And the thing is, I just put a transmission in it in November.
So it shouldn't have been that.
And this is March.
Yeah.
So luckily it's still under warranty. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, I'm scrambling for life right now.
Yeah.
My child support's hit me. This is the first time I've been on my own as an adult and as a parent. Even because when I moved out from my mom's house, I moved in with my ex-wife. And I feel like I failed myself by not keeping my promise to my 8-year-old self when I was in my foster home. Mm. That, when I have my children, I will be in the home with them every day. Yeah. So I'm in the midst of a personal smack to rock bottom and falling into depression. There's a lot going on in my life right now. A lot of emotional things going on in my life right now. And obviously I'm caught in a traffic jam. So I take that big old Silverado. It's on. Luckily, the engine's running. So I take the seatbelt, pull it outside the door, close the door, wrap it around my shoulder, and proceed to push my truck by myself. Push it out of the intersection. I call for roadside, decide to push it a little bit more. And so at this point in time, the only person I know to call is I call my mom. So I'm calling my mom, talking to my mom on my phone. And this moment that I'm speaking of, this is my moment for which I gave my life to God in the midst of my turmoil. And it is also the title of the book that I am writing. So I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm waiting on roadside assistance. The tow truck company says they'll be there in an hour. I'm like, all right, well, I got an hour to sit right here. Life is falling on me. I'm barely surviving. I got to choose between, rent, between groceries and gas in my car. My child support is killing me. I'm not making that much. I'm running around driving Lyft so much. I'm not even calculating my budget. There's so many things God's telling me to sit down and stop. I'm not stopping. Yeah. I just know to move. Yeah. I'm so in fight or flight mode. Only thing I know how to do is move. And God has been telling me to be still.
Amen.
He told me to be still, and I was not listening to him. And the only thing that kept me from being still was my truck. So, as God does, when he puts you in a situation and it's no longer serving you, but you refuse to listen, he will take the thing that's stopping you from listening to him. So, he took my truck from me. And in that moment there, and I was on the phone with my mom, and my mother be my witness and God be my witness, the only thing that stopped me from crying in that moment was the statement I said. I told my mom, I said, "You know, Mom, give me a second." And I knelt down at the rear bumper of my truck. And I said, "You know, God, I don't know what you're doing with my life. I don't know what direction you're going. I don't know where you're taking me. But it's not why me, it's try me. Let's get it."
Hey.
Tell me why that tow truck showed up 15 minutes later, not an hour later.
That mentality, bro. That's the thing. That's what I was telling my son earlier about the universe and having that, like, it's something about when you feel it. It's manifesting. It's like it's something about when you feel it. It's not just talking about it. It's not cliche. It's like this. It's something to this. It's something to it. It's something to it. So when 100%. You feel it, it's like, damn. So hearing that shit, I'm like, damn.
And when
that gives me goosebumps, bro,
and when
it's real, I believe it.
Yeah, when I tell you that was the single most important moment I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Like I had overstepped the story. When I was in 3rd grade, when I was 8, when I went to my last foster home, the removal was very, very traumatizing. I
believe it.
I came home one day. It was a Friday. I remember because I asked my teacher to borrow some glue to finish my owl project. Told her I'll bring it back on Monday. Come home Friday. My social worker has my bags packed and in his car.
Where I'm going.
He says that they have a new foster home for me. I start school on Monday. Like, literally, I just walked home from school from my siblings. It's the 2nd time that I've been ripped from my family coming home from school in 3 years. So, of course, I'm the youngest of 5. I've never been away from my siblings, and I'm going to a foster home by myself. When you're the baby of your family, you have to be somewhere by yourself. I'm going to a new home with new faces, and I don't have not my oldest, any of my siblings. I'm going by myself. And on the way to my foster home, the new foster home, when it is just me and this punk SOB in his car together, he tells me that I need to forget about those people because I'll never see them again. And you're talking about my siblings.
And this was about to be your new.
This is about my new foster home that foster home I was at for 2 years.
Dirty bitch.
I cried myself to sleep for 6 months straight.
God damn.
6 months straight because I didn't know where my family was and I didn't know these people. And one morning I just woke up and I woke up, I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, oh, no more crying. The people that are supposed to be there for you are not always going to be there for you. So is there anything that you need in life, you need to go get it yourself. I told myself that at 8. I had to be grown for myself at 8 because I'm in a foster home by myself. Yes, I was in that foster home for 2 years, but I didn't see any of my siblings until the 4th grade. I went through the whole 3rd grade alone, not hearing a single word from it. It took a year before I seen any of my siblings. And the way that I saw my siblings, I saw my 2 sisters that are a year and 2 older than me because my foster mom was a preacher's wife, and her best friend was friends apparently with my sister's new foster mom, and they were talking about how she got 2 girls that were siblings and told them their names. And she's like, "Oh, well, my friend over here, she got a little boy whose name is similar to this girl and the same last name." So it got them in communication. They were talking. They found out we're siblings. So she tells me she's just going over to a friend's house and I have to come with her. Yeah. And then I walk in the room. She's like, "Oh, go in the back room, go play with my 2 daughters." So I walk in the room. My 2 fucking sisters are there. Excuse my language. My 2 sisters are there. It's been about a year. So after a year from being in a foster home by myself to being told to forget about these people, crying myself to sleep to even believing I'll never see my family again. After a year, I saw them again. I'm 9. Oh my God. I'm 9, bro.
Did you say anything or what were the?
Like we hugged each other, we cried, we like
crazy.
we honestly thought we'd never see each other again. I'm 9 years old. So fast forward back to present time in 2023, you know, that was the most defining week of my life because the moment I got home, only thing I could do was sit. I was gonna go drive Lyft, so I had to sit and go over my budget and go over all the stuff that God was telling me to do to sit down and do. It took me 2 hours to do.
Hmm.
I had been moved out for a month. I'd been moved out for a month.
Yeah.
And God has been telling me to sit down and just do a budget and go over your numbers and see how much you're bringing in and what your output is to know
even take you that long.
What you need. I'm doing Lyft and don't even know how much I need to make. I just know that I'm moving.
Yeah.
It took me 2 hours.
That's crazy.
It took me 2 hours, and you know.
That's so dope.
The worst and best part of it is I had to figure out who I could depend on, who I could lean on, who was in my corner, how I was going to get to work. And when I got off work, I had to come home and sit in the silence. Imagine being in a home with your girl and your child. You've been in people's presence since you were 9. And for the first time in your life, you have to sit in the silence and deal with your life and just yourself.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, I was, when I say I was going through it, and the only thing that kept me through it was prayer and knowing that I just had this distinct feeling that God was with me. I knew my grandma was with me. I knew Pops was with me. I knew God was with me. It's one of those where it's like, he never gives more than you can handle, and he gives his greatest trials and tribulations to his strongest soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never put more on you than you can handle, but at the times when you feel like you're being crushed, it's because it's new weight.
Yeah.
I was just under a new weight, but there was just something in me that just
blossoming.
Knew, yeah.
Yeah.
I called it my 2023 was my Phoenix years, what I called it. Yeah. I rebuilt myself through the ashes of my life. 2023, I moved out. By December 2023, my divorce was finalized. I bought my iPhone and I started the multimedia part of my company.
To
the top productions. I started to the top productions. I started it in 2013 as just strictly music production because I was in a rap group with my buddies from high school, and we called ourselves Bottom Boys Productions. Nice. And the slogan was starting from the bottom, now we're headed to the top. We disbanded in 2012, or we disbanded 2013, 2012, 2013. So I took the slogan and made it my new company. So every time somebody says the word To the Top Productions, they don't know that they're actually paying homage to my humble beginnings of me and my 3 friends and the very first times I ever wrote or spit anything in the pursuit of a career. So after, so that's my give my life to God moment. That's the book I'm writing. It's not why me, it's try me. It's about the dedication of the importance of dedication, persistence, the importance of dedication, resilience, and knowledge of self. Amen. So that's the book I'm working on, and then obviously I make music. Do you have a
title and everything for
so the book is gonna be
not a title, but a cover or anything.
Not yet. I'm just working on.
I want to post that shit too.
Yeah, I haven't got that far. I'm focusing on the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to the dressings afterwards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then obviously. Now, I've made music. I've been making music my whole life. I got my songs out under the artist name 5150 Music. Changing that to Sir Pierre the Linguist. Come out with some albums. I done business. I've grown so much personally, emotionally, spiritually, to where we would need another 5 hours for me to speak everything that's happened.
I believe it.
In the last 2 years alone.
Yeah.
But through everything I went through, I understand that turning point in 2023, I had to go through that to be who I am today, because I was so disgusted with who I was before that that I made sure that from at a certain point I would be with the opposite person of who I was. I'm as honest as I can be. I'm honest to a fault. Sometimes it hurts people.
Same.
And I apologize. And I don't apologize for being honest, but I do apologize that the honesty hurts you. I don't mean to hurt you.
Yeah.
But I respect you too much to lie to you, so I'm going to be honest with you.
Right.
I no longer am worried or cared about the adverse effects that my presence, my dialect, my anything may have on somebody, because I know where my heart is at, and I know that my actions are in the right direction. If my actions make you feel some type of way because I'm doing what's right by me, that is your problem, not mine.
Thank you.
Take it up with God. Don't say nothing to me.
Thank you. Because I say that shit all the time. I'm like, look, respectfully, this is how I feel. And it's like, I tell people I have a bad memory, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to off top tell you how I feel and tell you what it is. And so, and not, it's not going to be filtered. And that's not disrespectfully. It's just because that's just how my brain works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody should tell everybody how it is, because it's like, what is the filter for?
Yeah, and it's
don't
all
worry
love.
about hurting my feelings. Yeah, it's all love.
Love. And I would rather you hurt me with the truth.
Yeah.
Than pat me with a lie.
Thank you.
Because that means you don't respect me.
Thank you.
That means you don't respect me.
Yeah.
You are more concerned about the way the words are going to feel.
Yeah.
Than about what the actual words are.
Yeah.
I'd rather care about your words. Give me the message. If it hurts me, then I need to analyze why.
Yeah.
But then I also, in being like that, I've learned a lot of people aren't ready for that. A lot of people aren't ready to have a naked truth in front of them. They're still okay with pretty lies and clothed lies. And it's been a very, very difficult road when it comes to doing certain things and being certain ways with certain people, because I know my gift that God has given me is the availability to help and to be of service and to be able to speak these words to help you through a situation.
Yeah.
But also, I read my Bible. The closer I got to God, the further away I got from religion. So I'm not religious. Yes, I grew up Christian, but I do not signify with any religion. I have a relationship with God.
Isn't that crazy? Because whenever I pray, I pray in Jesus' name. But it's like, how can I say I don't have religion, but I pray in Jesus' name? But it's like, I grew up in that. So that's what you know what I mean? But I still do. I don't not believe the Christianity, you know what I'm saying? Or the whole story of Jesus. But I'm more so like, there's so many religions. I don't want to be, my religion is right. That's where I'm at.
You can believe the Bible without believing the religion, because religion is like is like school.
Yeah.
Religion is like school. Yes, okay. This teacher has accreditations from a university, whatever you want to call it, an institution that gives them the availability to teach me. But me and him can still read the same book and still see a situation different.
Right. Yeah. Just like example.
Just like the Bible. We both can sit down. Me and you can sit down and read the story of Noah's Ark. And you could interpret it as literal, that God flooded the earth and he told Noah, one man, to take all of the animals and him and his family and stay in this boat with no steering wheel and wait for the earth to be good enough to walk again, and then go and walk on it. Yeah. I could read it and I could say, okay, God wants us to look within and find our best qualities that we have within us that will allow us to serve him and trust in him in the way he wants us to. And we need to fast ourselves from the availability of the world. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights and he couldn't touch ground for a year. So he had to fast from what he knew and be in the world of God solely, with his loved ones and his ways to keep the world going the way God needed the world to keep going. All the different animals. The animals can be our tools now. Maybe God needs you to sit down and focus on your podcast, focus on your kids, focus on your craft. Because Noah's purpose that God gave him was to build this ark. and to save his people and save the world. Maybe your body is the ark. You are Noah, and he has given you the tools and the ways to take your vessel and save it from the world. But the only way to do that is to fast of the world and just be of the work God needs you to do. That could be the interpretation of Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Or just like one of my favorite verses. Obviously, everybody knows the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible. I believe what Genesis 1:28, if I'm not mistaken, where he told Adam, after he gave him either before or after he gave, I think it's before he gave him Eve, it might be after. He said, be plentiful, multiply, and have dominion over the land, the seas, and the animals.
Oh yeah.
Some people will simply take that as, be fruitful, share your seed with your woman, have children, and man will have reign over the earth. Or you can break it down the way I like to break it down, the way, one of the guys I like to follow, Myron Golden, the way he breaks it down, the way I like to break it down, is in the term of be, do, have.
Be, do, have?
Be, do, have. You have to be the person that does the things to deserve what you want to have.
I like it already.
You have to be fruitful.
Right.
Do the multiplication. And by doing the multiplication, you'll have dominion over the earth. So whatever God wants you to have, you need to do the things that God needs you to do to have those things. But before you can do those things, you have to identify as being a person that does those things. Be, do, have. If you want to have a nice body, you have to go to the gym. So I am a gym goer. If you want to have a successful podcast, you need to do podcasting. So you are a podcaster.
Right.
If you want to be a successful artist, you need to make your music. So you are an art expressing musician.
Felt.
Be, do, have.
Have.
If you want to have millions and millions of dollars in your bank, you need to have financial disciplines. You need to be a person that has financial literacy.
Man, preach. I've been watching videos on that
too. Be, do, have. Just in that sentence, be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion over the earth, land, and seas. That can go so many ways. Whatever you want to have in your life is where you need to have, where is your dominion.
Yeah.
If you want to have a house, your house is that dominion. In order to have a house, you need to have the money to be able to have it. So you need to be a person that is working towards buying a house. Whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, you have to be the person that is doing the things that lets them deserve what they want to have. But most people might just interpret the Bible as facts. You may interpret it as just folklore. You may interpret it as, willy, silly nonsense, whatever. That's up to you. But there's so many interpretations of everything in life to where we have the availability to choose on how we interpret certain things.
Yeah.
And so, I chose to interpret the Bible away from religion and through my cognitive sense, just as a one-on-one, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't see where it says in the Bible we have to congregate, but the Bible does say we need to know God in our heart.
Yeah.
So as long as I know him in my heart, I can't be doing wrong.
And what is it? Wherever there's 2 or more or 3 or more gathered in his name.
That's church.
Exactly. So,
right now we are having church because we are two gathered in his name, speaking on him.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking A, man. Honestly, I don't even know what time it is.
11:15. We might want to check to see if the camera's still recording.
Yeah. Honestly, Jaden, you want to look real quick? With your Kirby. I'm sure it is, but it is getting late.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad to have you. And before we go, I do want to end it, and we're gonna have a part 2.
Sure.
But thank you for everything that you hit. Because you did hit some good shit, and I appreciate the man that you are and the person that you are, and I feel like you're gonna go as far as your brain allows you to go, and as far as you allow yourself to go. And I'm glad that I met you, and I'm glad to know you, and I can't wait to see where you go. I want to give you a chance right now to speak to your future self and to speak to your kids that are going to be going into preteen, into teenaging, to adulthood. I want you to speak to them and their generation. Give me a final thought, positive. What you would want them to hear if they saw this tomorrow to get them to where they need to be in their next pieces and next journey in life, and journeys in life.
And this applies to applies to
This
myself.
is life, yeah.
And my babies, and to anybody that'll hear
that's watching, yeah, exactly.
That's watching.
This is you in the camera. This is personally, yeah. This is you.
The voices of those around you that have never taken the steps that you have taken, but allow their own feelings and their own insecurities to interject inside your ears opinions that don't matter, need to be left alone. There's no one that has walked every single step besides yourself. You are 100% equipped where you are right now in life to get to exactly where you need to be, because if you were not, you wouldn't be where you are. In order to get to where you want to be, you have to be right here in this moment. But you can never allow the doubt of others when they try to put your shoes on their feet and try to walk, for them to say that you can't do something and you believe it. When you know that the only thing stopping you is yourself, then nothing anybody else can say or do is going to matter, because you've already conquered the biggest hurdle. In the words of the late great Nipsey Hussle, you've checked your greatest, you've checked your biggest enemy. You know, what did he say? He said something about you checked you stopped your greatest enemy, but you checked your biggest one, or something like that. And forgive me for butchering the line. Rest in peace, Nip.
Rest in peace.
But what he was saying is, you can check 1,000 enemies,
right?
But the greatest one is always going to be right here. It's always going to be right here. So if you can drown out the voices around you and learn to control the thoughts that go into your head, you will be fine. My favorite statement that I say to everybody that I love, and if I say it to you, that means I love you. Your mouth is a portal, so watch how you speak. What the mouth speaks, the ears hear. What the ears hear, the mind receives. What the mind receives, the heart believes. Whatever the heart believes, the body follows.
Hell yeah.
So pick your words wisely. Pick your words correctly. The world is already going to beat you up. Do not add to the list.
Sir Pierre, the motherfucking linguist.
Yes, sir.
We got to get a part 2.
Absolutely.
Because it's late and I'm over here. I'm like, I'm listening, and I can listen to you all day because that's why it's in your name, the linguist, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see a TED Talk. I can't wait to see what you got going on in the future. I can't wait to see when you come back and talk about these babies that's going to be fucking grown up and into this knowledge that you fucking bestowing upon them.
Next time I'll come and bring the babies. What you mean?
Man, bring them. Bring the wifey, bring the babies,
Yeah.
bring everybody that you need to bring, bro. I am so glad that I got to have you here, bro. I'm mad that it's as late as it is.
It's okay.
I know we got lives. I know we got to do stuff and shit. But thank you so much, bro.
Time, man.
Ain't nothing but time, bro. And you've been so respectful and so cool and so chill when it comes to this. I had this nigga outside waiting and shit, but he was still so beautiful, man. And he's just a good spirit, a good soul. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, man. Let's get him talking, man, with Sir Pierre, the linguist, man. And this is the beginning. This is the first part, man. And thank you so much for pulling up, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming through, bro. I needed you to come through. This is by far, this is probably like my top 2 episodes so far, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, man.
Hey, I can't wait till we do it again.
Yes, man. This has been Let's Get Him Talking with Ken Savage, Sir Pierre the Linguist. We about to fucking see y'all on the next episode. Yep. I love y'all, man. I'm about to get some rest. I know y'all heard it in my voice. This has been Let's Get Him Talking.
That's right. And keep on the lookout because Linguistics with Sir Pierre is on the way.
It's on the way. And y'all better subscribe. It's going to be on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your motherfucking playlist and your motherfucking podcast. You already know. To the Top Productions, baby. We out.
Sir Pierre is my name. To the Top Productions is my game.
Yeah.
Been applying pressure like a nigga is supposed to. Fuck what your friends saying, girl, you know a nigga want you. Want you more than breathing, but air I need it, don't want you. You are who I need, yes, said I need it, I don't want to repeat it. But if I need to repeat it, yeah, I'm going to. Love you, I know it's early, but I'ma say it cause you got me feeling like a nigga could already love you. I'll admit it. Don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm doing in this dating pool. I'm drowning. I can't keep my head above the surface. I keep drowning. Baby, be my lifeguard. Grab my hand. Keep me from drowning. I need you so bad because I don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm doing in this dating pool. I'm drowning. I can't keep my head above the surface. I keep drowning. Baby, be my lifeguard. Grab my hand. Keep me from drowning.